Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 1st to the 6th of December 2014. This week is all about communication, as Mercury has just gone into Sagittarius, following the Sun, and at the end of the week we have a full moon in Gemini. So we're dealing with the depths of communication, where we're communicating from and what we're actually saying. Is it meaningful? Is it true? Is it wise? So for the next couple of weeks with Mercury in Sagittarius up until the 18th of December, we're looking at direct speech, but hopefully from a very deep place, not just talking for the sake of talking or hearing our own voice, but actually saying something that's meaningful, that's true, that's wise, and that will uplift and inspire people. So have a look at what you're saying and where it's coming from. Is it meaningful? Does it have a true message? And then work with that Mercury and Sagittarius energy to make sure that you're actually expressing yourself honestly and thoroughly and authentically. So the whole week is dedicated to that. Also how we feel about ourselves, how we think about ourselves, and the inner dialogue. Because quite often there can be a judgmental or negative inner dialogue going on the inside, and yet on the outside everything is nice and friendly and caring and uplifting and spiritual. But are those two things actually in calibration? Are you speaking to yourself the way that you would want to be spoken to, or the way that you speak to others, especially on social media? Because there's a bit of a schism on social media. People come across very wise and friendly and enlightened and sorted out, but is that really the case on the inside? Are you actually speaking to yourself truthfully? Are you expanding yourself on the inside and being honest with yourself? So there may be a bit of a difference shown up this week between the inner and the outer dialogue. Are you really saying what you mean? Are you really communicating that thoroughly from the inside outwards? And if not, then why is your inner dialogue negative? What's going on there? Is there a self-esteem or a low presence inside of you that is being critical or too harsh or too judgmental that you can actually tackle at this point? So honest communication from a high and deep place with integrity and alignment, so that we're speaking from ourselves rather than just from the chattering mind. On Monday we can see the beginning of Mars leaving Capricorn. So for another 2 years we won't have Mars in Capricorn, and it's on the home straight. So this is a really good foundations to our mountain. It's where are we putting our energy? What are we building on? Is it built on a firm structure? Is it coming from a place of meaning? And are we going to then take that energy and apply it? Because when Mars goes into Aquarius, then that's a time for action. That's a time for enacting the vision and for actually walking the walk and talking the talk. So Mars goes into Aquarius on Friday, and we will feel an energy shift there, where we can take all that we care about and all that we're building and actually put it towards a vision, towards a goal. So Aquarius cares about the group. Aquarius says that we're all in it together as individuals, but if we can actually have a vision and step forwards, if we can break the rules a little bit, if we can have ingenious new ideas and a passion for something that's worth our energy, then we can put that energy into action. So a little bit rebellious, very inventive, can be quite shocking, because it's necessary to break down the old in order to envisage the new. But by Friday we should see a jolt of energy come through when Mars steps into Aquarius. So we come up to the full moon in Gemini. Now this full moon's quite a big one. As I say, we already have the Sun in Sagittarius, and right next to the Sun is Mercury. So the Sun and Mercury are in Sagittarius, opposite the Moon in Gemini, because that's what a full moon is, when the Sun and the Moon are opposite, and the Moon's reflecting the whole light of the Sun back to Earth. So it's very important to Sagittarius as well as Gemini when we're looking at the full moon at the weekend. Now the Sun and Mercury fall in the 9th house of higher mind, philosophy. Some say religion, but that's more our beliefs about where we come from and our true authentic origins. So this is very deep, again echoing that need to come from a higher, deeper space rather than just talking. With Gemini, many say that they're the communicator of the zodiac, but sometimes they're actually here to learn about communication, because there's another part of communication which is listening. So again, this modern world encourages us to be looking at images and posts and talking and communicating with all these devices to the point of distraction. But this full moon says we'll stop and listen for a while. Who's actually saying what and from where? Where are you speaking from? Where's your true knowledge? And what is it that you really want to say? So I feel that this could be quite a full and reflective experience to actually listen to communication rather than be the one actively engaged in having the communication. Because full moons can often be a time when we receive messages as well. So it's very much a flow. But Gemini are often concerned that they're going to lose their stream of thought and they're going to lose their flow, and this is why they can talk at quite a rapid pace. But what about if we actually stop and honour where our thoughts come from? Because our thoughts are in fields, we're tuning in and then we're having ideas and we're expressing them. So it's a good time to stop and actually think, where do your thoughts come from? What are you tuning into? And what's the real meaning of it for you on the inside first, before you feel the need to step forward and express it to others. So the full moon in Gemini, they're quite reflective, actually having a look at our inner dialogue, like I said before, but also where that's even coming from, because we have the power to change our thoughts once we realise that we're consciously tuning in. So if you're not keen on what you're thinking, if it's making you feel bad, if it's causing friction around you, then can you tune into something higher? Can you elevate your mind? Can you concentrate and focus your energy on something more enlarging, expansive and powerful? So just that moment of silence first, think before you speak, could actually bring a sense of calm and ease. So when the flow comes, it's coming from a deeper place. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week. Just to let you know that I have a few short courses and readings that would make good gifts for this festive season. They are unique and meaningful and hopefully last people well into the future. So a short reading is available with a gift voucher if you'd like to offer that to somebody, or one of my short courses. So for example, I have a Working More Deeply with Your Moon Sign course, which shows you how to discover your moon sign, how to calculate your sacred days, and how to work with herbs and crystals and other correspondences. I have an Astrology and Tarot course, which shows astrologers how to work more closely with the tarot and vice versa, but this course is also good for complete beginners to learn these two subjects together. I have a Celtic Feng Shui course, which is how to cleanse and harmonize your space using the elements and the 4 directions. And I have a new numerology course coming out, which shows how to calculate and work more closely with your sacred numbers. So please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com, if you're interested in any of those.